G'day, Damon here again for Automotive Superstore, and if you're after a 10-inch woofer, I'm your guy. Look what I've got here, a fine selection of Cerwin-Vega's 10-inch subwoofers, all the way from affordable, compact and under seat, through to build your own custom enclosure and knock the glass out of the car. So, let's go through each one in the range. I'll talk through the benefits of each of different ones and you can decide which one's going to be best for you. First of all, the application would be you don't have any space really for a subwoofer. Maybe you've just got some room underneath your seat. If that's the case, Cerwin-Vega has two different under-seat amplified 10-inch subwoofer systems that slide under the seat. They're hidden away. Your wife doesn't know, your girlfriend doesn't know, the kids don't know, but you've still got some decent bass to improve that foundation of the music. They're not going to knock your teeth out with bass like these will, but they're a great solution if you've got no other option than to have a woofer under the seat. They also come with remote level controllers, the amplifiers built in. They're a lot simpler to install and hide away. The next step up from there would be something like the XED entry-level subwoofer series. This is the 10-inch here. It's a single 4-ohm voice coil. They're designed for sealed and or ported boxes, and they're super affordable, even though they've got some really nice build attributes. It's got the parabolic cone, rubber surround that's both glued and stitched, this nice edge ring here that also creates a gasket to the box, and it's got venting at the rear to keep the voice coil cool. What's also nice about these is if you don't want to build a box, you can option those with a box. So that's the single 10 there and the dual 10 here. Next step up from there, we would go to the HED series. That's this one here. Similar in that it's affordable. They use a pressed steel frame, but dual voice coils, so dual 4-ohm voice coils, more power handling, larger rubber surround, flat spider that's larger than the XED series, so just more, about 20 or 30% more power handling, about 250 watts RMS for these, 200 to 250. Just like the XED, the HED is available as a single preloaded enclosure or even a dual 10 preloaded enclosure. Next on from there, the HED series is also available in a shallow. That's this one here. So to keep budget in check, it uses a pressed steel frame. This one has radial vents. It's got nice push connectors for the dual 4-ohm voice coils. Same rubber surround that provides a gasket, and similarly available in a preloaded enclosure. So if you need to build a custom enclosure behind a seat of a Ute or a dual cab or under a spare wheel, well, you can buy the raw driver by itself. Alternatively, you can pick it up in this enclosure here. It's a sealed enclosure. It's got the nice Cerwin-Vega embroidery on there. They look trick, and that's a great solution if you've got very limited space. Next up from there is the VMAX range. Now we're getting pretty serious. You can see it's a pretty burly driver. Big foam surround, pressed paper cone. It's exceedingly stiff. It's got a much larger spider, and that combination of that and the surround gives much higher excursion and much higher power handling. So around 400 watts RMS. This is a dual 4-ohm voice coil as well. You can see it's got big radial vents here to keep the voice coil cool, as well as a big vent in the bottom of the back plate there. These aren't available in preloaded enclosures. They're ideally suited to building your own enclosure for, or they'll slot straight into an off-the-shelf enclosure of around a cubic foot sealed for the 10. And finally is VMAX Series Slim. And so just like the HED series has a low mount, so too does the VMAX series. Cast frame. This uses a neodymium magnet in the rear to get the magnet nice and small and yet still be powerful and provide the high excursion required for higher outputs. And so you would choose one of these over the HED if you've got the same enclosure volume, so around 17, 18 litres, but you need more output. Really, that's the real reason you would go to the next model up. That is the entire Cerwin-Vega 10-inch subwoofer range. If you want to help choosing that range, give us a call at Automotive Superstore and one of our techs can guide you through how to choose the right application for your car and your needs, and maybe an amplifier to match. Like and subscribe while you're here and leave a comment while you're down there, and I'll see you on the next one.